Yo, what is up, man? It's good to be back, man. It's been a long time since I've done some comic book related content, but it's good to be back, man. It's good to be feeling inspired and refreshed and renewed and trying to give some kind of cool content that's kind of new, that's kind of weird, it's kind of different, man. And today we're going to do that with showing my Black Manta collection that I've been working over the past few years to try to put this thing together, right? I'm a big fan of Black Manta. Black Manta is easily one of my favorite villains, if not my favorite villain, man. Because basically, he's like an evil water Batman. He's a smart dude, he's calculated, he's driven, he's got willpower, and he's up against gods, man. Not only is he holding his own, but he's actually got a winning record against Aquaman. What other villains got going for him? Not only that, but he's got this mystique going for him, right? We didn't know what his name was for a long time. For a while, we didn't know what his face looked like. We don't even know what his origin was like for a while. He had multiple origins like the Joker. Dude, this guy's like a slippery fella, man. And while I haven't always agreed the way he's been portrayed, also the times that he's been portrayed way that is true to what he really is, to his potential, man, he's been hit out of the park for real. So I'm going to be showing you all of my appearances of the Black Manta that I have. I'm trying to collect all the appearances of Black Manta. There aren't that many because he's a character that kind of comes and goes and shows up 10 years later, fucks shit up, and then goes back into the water and goes back into the depths of darkness, only to return 10 years later to fuck some more shit up. I enjoy that, right? It's not like you trying to pull up the Joker and stuff where they got like so many stories, so many angles that it kind of feels a little bit tired. Black Manta still feels like a character that has not fulfilled his most potential. I mean, I feel like in the Jeff Johns run, that's where he hit his stride. But at the same time, man, like, we don't see them put Black Manta on overdrive that much anymore. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna get started with at the beginning, right? The alpha. We're gonna keep on going to the omega. I'm gonna try to remember to point out some of the keys in the Black Manta. And again, these are not perfect. I'm still trying to figure out some of the keys and some of the first, second, third, and fourth appearances, because this isn't anywhere, man. Black Manta is not that big of a character for a lot of people. But let me tell you what, a lot of it has kind of been from my own research, from reading digital comics and kind of trying to find a chronological order to his appearances. So we're going to do our best. Now, if you guys have any suggestions of any other books with Black Manta on it, please let me know, because I will be on the hunt for those as well. So check it out. Alright, first one we are going to do is Aquaman number 35. Alright, he shows up, he messes up, but check it out. Ocean Master is kind of a jealous little hoe, and he doesn't want Black Manta getting all the glory because he's about to murder Aquaman where he stands, only to get himself saved by the Ocean Master. Alright, man. Whatever, Ocean Master. Get out of here, you little jealous hoe. Alright? You can't really be a true fan of a character unless you got the second appearance. Right? Second appearance, man. There you are. The second appearance of freaking Black Manta. Now, can't really think of like how many other people have, or other characters have, a more iconic or even better second appearance than this. This is by Nick Cardy, and he's like throwing him down, man. He's about to break his back, yo. This is great cover, right? The end story is it's just Black Manta and Aquaman getting into a spear fight or whatever. It's alright. But look at this cover though. Look at this gorgeous cover, man. Alright, so I'm missing a few appearances in between here. I think it's Aquaman number 52, where his Black Manta, it's only his Black Manta ship that shows up. And then Aquaman number 53, where he shows up on the last panel. And I believe this is his fourth appearance right here. Aquaman, or not Aquaman, this is Adventure Comics starring Aquaman number 452. Now this is a key right here, a Black Manta key as well, right? Because this is the death of Aquababy. Now this is a significant key because it shapes on not only the future of Aquaman, but possibly comics as well. Because this is kind of the turn from the Silver Age into the more darker, grittier future of the things that DC has to come, right? Because it doesn't get any darker than killing babies. And also this is the first time that we see what Black Manta looks like under the helmet. And this is like roughly at least a year apart from his first appearance. So that's a really cool key to have. Next up, he shows up in Adventure Comics. He's just showing up, man. He's just giving this man some grief right here. He's got him trying to decide whether he wants to choose between Atlantis and the land, which has always been a source of turmoil for Aquaman. And here we have Aquaman number 62 towards the end of the first volume. This is also kind of a key comic because this is where we see Aquaman really start hitting rock bottom and become a more psychologically scarred and emotionally scarred character. He loses, people are turning on him, and so does Mira, the one person that's supposed to have his back, is starting to turn on him as well. All thanks to the doings of the Black Manta. So Black Manta's gone, Aquaman's gone as well. He shows up in a mini-series wearing a silly blue suit. We don't care about that. He shows up in third volume as well. He shows up in a third volume, I believe. So I believe this is the fourth volume. Early 90s. This is the one right before Peter David took over. And this is where we see Black Manta return. This is like after like maybe freaking 10-15 years, man. We go without any Black Manta action. And here he returns. He might have shown up in the 80s on the Captain Atom one. I do have it here somewhere. I don't know where it's at. But that's a cool cover, because I think that's the only cover where we see Black Manta shooting his lasers. As you guys probably see from all the covers I have for you guys, that's probably like the one where he's shooting his lasers. So this one's pretty cool. We see Aquaman's more emotionally unstable, unhinged. He's just psycho, man. And here he is choking out Black Manta. This is also the origin of Black Manta, the first origin. Right, because like I said before, Black Manta has multiple origins, right? And in this one, we see Black Manta is actually like a prisoner of a bunch of pirates, and he's like washing the deck, and he sees Aquaman flying or swimming with some dolphins and stuff, and he's like crying out for help, and he's hoping that Aquaman saves him, but Aquaman must have not heard him or just doesn't care, and he just goes on about his business, and that creates hatred inside of Black Manta's heart. And I believe that is the first time we get his first name, David. We don't get his last name, but we get his first name. So that's pretty cool. Then again, he doesn't show up again to the Peter David run, which he shows up somewhere in the middle, where he turns into this ugly mutant looking thing. So now we're in the 90s, early 90s. This is probably middle of the 90s, because this is the middle of the run. He sells his soul to become this mutant thing that can breathe underwater. It's strong, and he wants to be able to compete with Aquaman underwater with no weaknesses. Which, to be honest, I don't think he needed. He's already kicking Aquaman's ass. But, again, Black Manta is not one known to settle. And here we find him in the darkness of the trenches. Super cool. I really enjoy it. Not the best portrayal of Black Manta, but, I thought it was something new. I think Peter David's like the one guy that comes up with fresh things. And then he shows up later in the series. I think this one's just kind of like looking through his ship and stuff. And there's like traps, flashbacks. I believe that's what this is going on. It's been a while since I've read this one. Then we see him appear again in the early 2000s. This time he shows up in a Green Arrow by Kevin Smith. He's still the mutant thing, right? But he is inside of he's still wearing his old classic suit now. He's still the mutant thing under there. And in this one, he plays like this pirate smuggler dude, right? Which kind of goes in with his character. We hadn't seen him for a long time, but we revisit him. And I appreciate Kevin Smith revisiting the character. Also, make of something a note. For some reason, artists really like putting reflections in Black Manta's helmet. As here, he has actually yellow eyes instead of red eyes. And this is the second part and the conclusion to that story as well. He's not on the cover. Alright, so now we're gonna get into Aquaman 2003, I forget his name, Beach run, and this is number 8. So this is a key issue. This is his second origin told. This one, he is kind of a kid who is autistic, and he is on the spectrum. He is locked up in Arkham Asylum, where characters where you have doctors and psychologists who don't really understand what autism really is, a spectrum. So they just experiment and treat this kid badly, which kind of turns him into the hateful killer that he becomes as an adult. And really, there's not, and I thought that was pretty cool. But again, I kind of like the fact that we had multiple origins for Black Manta, because it kind of makes him a lot more mysterious in my imagination. And I have multiple copies of that. I'll pick them up cheap. This is a dollar book. You can find it in dollar bins. And this is a continuation of that story. This actually turns into kind of a team up between Aquaman and Black Manta, and they're fighting this dude called the Thirst, which I don't know, he's kind of lame. He kind of like he's thirsty guy who like sucks up all the water, dries up people and shit like that. I don't know, man. I think it would be cool if they brought this character back, but they brought him back as a female, like some hot Instagram model or something. And then he's got like a thirst trap and stuff. But again, I think you already have this one, because nobody was thirstier than Thanos, to be honest. And the continuation of that story, and the conclusion right here. So pretty cool. That's it for. No, he does show up again in there. He shows back up in number 32, except now he is more of the classic villainous. This is a cool cover where he's kind of like sucking the DNA out of Aquaman. And here's part of that one. I believe I'm missing a few issues in between that I'm working on. And then later on to the Dark Days of Aquaman, where Arthur's dead, and then we got this weird dude. So Aquaman is revisited in the battleground, the Sunken City. This is towards the end of the run. This is kind of, for me, it feels like this was like a low point in the Aquaman story. Of course now, without further ado, we are going to the highlight of Black Manta. This is the Jeff Johns run. The Jeff Johns run really solidified who Black Manta could be. To me, Black Manta is like a dude that stops at nothing. He's kind of like the character that The Rock plays from Driven, right? He gets out of prison and there is no debate. There's nothing that he's like trying to get. Nothing. He has one thing he wants, and that's revenge. And he starts marking names down the list. And that's how Black Manta feels in the New 52. This is the first appearance of the others, also the last appearance of one of the others, courtesy of Black Manta. The interior art in this is fantastic. I absolutely love Ivan Ray's portrayal of Black Manta. This is a great throwdown cover. These Aquaman versus Black Manta covers are freaking fantastic. I can't get enough of these. There's so many of good ones of these. And I can imagine this like a movie scene right here where you got these guys duking it out on a ship in the middle of a storm. That's just great to me. And I believe that this is also an origin of Black Manta again, and this is the more classic one the more accepted or widely accepted one that was used for the movie, where he's a treasure hunter with his father, and Aquaman is responsible for his father's death. So I think that's pretty cool, man. I think that's like the best origin story. And here's this cool one right here. Red Skies, great cover right there. Another classic Black Manta. You'll see in this art being used in a lot of promotional stuff for Black Manta. Again, using the reflection on the helmet. This one's cool. This is a 23.1 lenticular. I love this one. This was my favorite of all the lenticulars, of course. Oh, Aquaman New 52, number 49. This is a homage cover to the Neil Adams Batman one with the Joker. I got two of those. Real nice. Now we're going to move into The Brightest Day. The Brightest Day, really, I have not read The Brightest Day, but I have read The Blackest Night, and I've read Aquaman New 52, so I feel like I'm ready to get into The Brightest Day. However, those omnibuses are crazy expensive, but I will show you guys Brightest Day number 1. He makes an appearance here, and I actually want to show you guys the art on this one. This is the second to last page. I love that last panel right there, where he goes underwater and just see the blip and the red glow under the water, and then boom. In my opinion, this is the best Black Manta one-page splash out there. This is just great artwork. I love this. So that's number 1. These are gonna be out of order, but who cares? There's number 19. There's another number 19. Here's number 19 as well, and this reflection again in the helmet. Number 16. Number 11, another throwdown. I love these covers where they're just like, you can really see their hate. They're just like at each other's throats. Number 10, Aqualad, that's the son of Black Manta, and he's also the son of Azizel, where Mira is from, so he does have water construct powers, and he is the son of Black Manta, which makes it for more interesting story. Another one of these. Number 4, this is his first appearance of Jackson Hyde. Very undervalued. I find these for $1 everywhere. And here is my favorite of the brightest day of the Aqua War, and that is Black Manta cutting off the arm of Aquaman, kind of a nod to Peter David's run where he first loses his arm for the first time. And I've had a few copies of these. And there's number 20. This is a variant cover, I believe. Alright, we're nearly there. We're at the modern stuff now. Really modern stuff. Number 1, Aquaman Rebirth. Now some of these are like the actual number 1 to the series of Aquaman Rebirth, and some of these are like one-shots. The one-shot is very cool because it's actually a story being narrated by Black Manta himself. There we go. There's a nice variant right there for it. Another one. I believe this is the one-shot. Here's a number 2. I love this cover right here, man. Another kind of throwdown between the two. They're just at each other's throats. You can just see that they don't get tired. This is a cool cover as well. I'm not a big fan of the suit here. It's very minimal. It just kind of looks like a wetsuit or dry suit or whatever. A very small backpack. I kind of like Black Manta when he's more fully armored as well. I believe this is a Middleton. This is a number 11. Love that one. That's Black Manta without his helmet. I believe this is a Middleton. Middleton is so good at these Aquaman books. So freaking good. As evidenced by this next one, number 15. This is my favorite Black Manta cover of all time. Hands down, man. This is just a beautiful work of art by Middleton. And this is a hard book to find. Like, you'll see it on eBay going for like $20 or whatever. I was glad I was able to find it for cover price, but anytime if I'm able to find these, I'll pick them up, these Middleton books. And this is for the latest story here, Year of the Villain. This is from last year. Again, the reflection in the helmet. I really enjoyed this cover. This is a cardstock. They did it for multiple villains, so you guys know I had to pick it up. I know I got another copy of this somewhere. Really enjoyed these Black Manta stories. I didn't think the Deconic storyline was the best one, just because I feel like you'll see. He had a freaking robot that was like had the personality of his dad. Like, his dad's AI was downloaded into the robot. It was like this giant robot. It was kind of like the Power Rangers Zord or whatever. I thought that was weird. It was like kaiju, because then Mira and Jackson Hyde created this giant water construct, and they were fighting the robot. So it got weird, man. It was kind of like what's that Batman Ninja stuff with the giant robots at the end. It was something different though, but so I enjoyed it. But I can't wait till somebody revisits Black Manta. As a matter of fact, I think this latest story that was released during this coronavirus lockdown is Deep Dives, which they released with a new digital cover, which is amazing. It's great. However, I was reading the story digitally, and I come to find out that story has already been printed. You can find that in Giant Size Aquaman number 1, the Walmart stuff. That story's already been printed in there, which is pretty much kind of a one-shot. It's kind of like a run-of-the-mill Aquaman stop being Black Manta from robbing a bank or museum or whatever. It's decent. I love the art though. The art was great. That's the only Aquaman stuff I've seen right now. So that's it, man. Now I can't wait till comics come back after this whole coronavirus lockdown, and I can't wait to see more Black Manta stuff. I'm still missing a few of his appearances, a few of his issues, man, and I'm really excited to try to track them all down. I know I'm still missing most of the all new Suicide Squad stuff, and I'm missing some of the Forever Evil stuff as well. So, you know, whenever I get a chance, those don't seem to be like super rare books or expensive books, so I'll be on the lookout for those. But yeah, man, that is my Black Manta collection. I am a big fan of the Black Manta, you guys can tell. So yeah, man, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching these videos about me blabbering about how cool the Black Manta is, and Black Manta's cool, and Black Manta will kill your bad guy and stuff like that. And dude, this is cool, man. I really enjoyed this, putting together these collections and just seeing the work over the years that people put into their collections, and just see their vision from the beginning. So this was my vision from the beginning, and it continues to be a goal of mine. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching my video, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, on Jaguar Chikato.